Okay,
And I hope you are remembering
yes, I
our...
do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Well,
Great
sir,
to be here.
it's great to meet you.
Welcome. Welcome to our studio.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Okay, this time you got the cap.
Yeah.
This time you got the Canada cap. So
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
next
great.
time I'll bring you a cap.
Well, thank you. Well, let's wait
Yeah.
for that. Let's have a sit, please, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the cap from Canada, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the cap. I like
Yeah,
the cap. What can I do?
I
I'll bring you a cap. Promise.
Sure.
So thank you very much for accepting our invitation, Mr. Professor, Mr. McCann. It would be better if you share more information about yourself for our viewers.
Okay. Do you want the long story or the short story?
Let's get the middle ground here.
The
Yeah.
middle ground, okay. I'm Canadian, and I had a long career in Canada on strategy and business planning. And after about 40 years of business in Canada, I went to Kyrgyzstan and taught at universities in Bishkek for 5 years. And then 4 years ago, I came to Tashkent and spent some time with one state university, and then I was very fortunate. I had an opportunity to go to Tiami, which is the #1 university in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan. And it's been wonderful. These are good people. So that's my background.
Oh wow, that's so cool. I mean, you have so much experience both in terms of teaching, and I think you have had a really, I would say, deep knowledge about like the Central Asia, about like our culture, and I think it's just impossible to replicate. And I feel like my #1 question would be, before we move on into anything, what would you say is the most noticeable thing and the like biggest difference that you noticed between like the cultures, obviously of Canada, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan, let's say?
Oh, that is a complicated question because there's actually 3 or 4 different comparisons there. Let me offer one that an Uzbek told me about, and it made so much sense. And the Kyrgyz culture has been influenced by, they were nomadic and herders, and that leads to certain traditions, whereas the Uzbeks have a deep settled agricultural tradition. They have centers of learning that go back 1,000 years. Samarkand, my wife and I and her sister, twin sister, went to Samarkand early in January of this year and spent time doing the tourist things, going to the ancient mosques and Timur's tomb and all of this. So the histories of the two people lead to different cultural behaviors. And so that was an insight for me that helped me to understand Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan.
Wow, that's so cool.
And I should add, my wife is Kyrgyz.
Oh,
So I was
That's
trying to
how it
figure this out, eh?
okay.
Wow, great. So actually, our conversation will be related to the education, actually. Maybe
Okay.
you can talk about your career at the Tiami more. And I really want to hear about the information, the partnership with the Tiami, what kind of university have Tiami partnership, I mean, internationally.
Okay. Tiami has about 1,200 relationships with universities around the world, many in Asia and Europe, and developing more relationships with North American universities. Because Tiami is so strong in earth sciences, water and resource management, in civil engineering and mechanical engineering, many of our relations build on that. And for instance, with the Chinese universities, which is a growing category, we're doing a lot of work on irrigation, and civil engineering and mechanical engineering. And something interesting to me, TIAMI was the first university in Uzbekistan to open a foreign campus. And so we opened a campus in Almaty, Kazakhstan, because, well, the Kazakhs they also have a dry country, and they were looking for our expertise, TIAMI's expertise, the Uzbek expertise in water management, resource management of water and land. And so about a year ago in September, so a year and a half ago, we opened the campus of TIAMI in Almaty, and it's going well. I was there in September and again in November, and I expect to go again in February. We are devoting the resources. We have TIAMI professors there, in addition to Kazakh professors, and the director is from TIAMI. So those are some of the partnerships. Now before, I'd mentioned about the University of Alberta, which is one of the universities in Canada that we're developing a relationship. It's ranked 95 in the world. And I had an information session on that. And one more, I'll tell you one more.
Okay.
I'm a graduate of the Ivey School of Business at Western University, an elite university, and Ivey is the top business school. So I graduated many years ago. We won't tell you how many years, a long time ago.
Okay.
But this is the third year we've got a team of 4 MBA and HBA bachelor students coming to TIAMI in April to teach a 10-day seminar on entrepreneurship. So this is the third year we're doing this. So we're trying to organically grow a relationship, not an artificial relationship just based on signing of papers, but actually building the relationships with the people at key universities in Europe and Canada. So this is what we're working on. And I should add, in China, because there's several Chinese universities where we're becoming integrated, and we're sending students there. We have over 30 Chinese students at TIAMI now, and well over 1,200 Turkmen students, and some from as far away as Philippines.
Wow, that's so cool. Great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, what do you think? What is the role of just partnership with for the universities actually? Uzbek universities trying to build a great partnership, and it would be better if you just detailedly explain in that what kind of benefits can these kind of partnerships give the Uzbek universities?
Well, it depends on the university. In order to benefit from a relationship, including a relationship with a spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend or another university, you have to be willing to give. So I think that a good international partnership starts with a willingness of both sides to contribute and to give. So in TIAMI's case, especially to universities that are maybe not as developed as TIAMI, we're offering research cooperation, we're offering to send our professors there, we're welcoming their students to TIAMI, so we're trying to contribute to other countries and other universities. For the top ranked universities, for instance, I'll use the University of Alberta as an example. That's in a part of Canada that is dry, not as dry as Uzbekistan is, but because of climate change, the increasing dryness of the area is affecting the water resources, the agriculture, and so we want to develop research capability so that and cooperation. We have the ability, but the cooperation with the University of Alberta to study their work, their early work on water resources and managing agriculture, and they can come here and study our advanced work. So it's a mutual benefit.
Yeah.
And without that mutual benefit, there can be no enduring partnerships. So we're very concerned about giving, not just taking.
Wow, wow, that's so cool. And what would you believe? How should universities balance academic quality with international visibility and rankings?
I don't think they're in conflict. I don't see it as balancing. I think that they're congruent, that they're supportive. The academic quality feeds directly into the rankings. So the quality of the research, and TIAMI, the full name is TIAMI National Research University. TIAMI is the only university in Uzbekistan designated as a national research university. Research is fundamental, and so the professors that are doing this research are bringing this world-class knowledge that they have and that they're creating into the classroom. So let's say year 1 and 2, the students are learning the fundamentals, but by year 3 and 4, they're getting, they've got the fundamentals. Now they're building with really world-class knowledge. And so that feeds into the rankings. The research leads to published papers and well-indexed. The teaching affects the students and the students' satisfaction, how employable they are.
Yeah.
So they're aligned.
So the academic quality directly influences the rankings and visibility, right?
Absolutely, yes. They're, in English, it's sometimes called a virtuous cycle, because when you progress in one, let's say, research, it reinforces the quality of teaching, and then you get better students, and that reinforces teaching, and it gets better and better.
It's like a loop.
Yes.
So we are talking about the partnership between the universities. So what do you think, what are the key aspects that Uzbek or the university, global university, focus on while they are making cooperations with each other? I mean...
Well, they can take the cooperation in different ways. I've talked about research cooperation, which is very important to us, but there's also excuse me, there's also the idea of sending professors or bringing professors. And we have a small number of foreign professors on staff, but we also have many professors that come for a semester or two or visiting lectures. And so, and we send a lot of professors outside TIAMI, outside of Tashkent internationally. So that's one part of it. We also have joint degrees where somebody can do, let's say, 2 years, in some cases 3 years at TIAMI, and then go to a different country.
For 1 year.
For 1 year. Let's say they might go, as an illustration, to Hungary or Latvia. And so they get the new perspective, the cultural perspective, but also the perspective of the academic on a particular topic. And now civil engineering, mechanical engineering is the same around the world, because the strength of steel is the same around the world. But the local regulations, safety rules and so on are going to vary from country to country. So they're gaining that insight also.
Yes, yes. And what do you believe, like, in, let's say, in 21st century, since like we have had so many partnerships with different universities, specifically TIAMI, what do you believe, how does this influence further research? So let's say, does something change as time moves on? Does something change in terms of research, in terms of collaboration? Where is it going to lead this? I would say this this whole collaboration thing between universities.
That's a really good question, and this might be a controversial answer. I believe that especially with Asian universities getting better and better, the competition is going to be so intense that the good universities are going to get better and better. And I think, this is the controversial part, I think that the weak universities are going to get weaker and die because students and government and industry will want to be served by really high quality universities. And with the competition, not everybody can be above average.
Yes.
By definition, if it's evenly distributed, 50% of any sample units are going to be above average and 50% are going to be below average. This distribution is going to happen, I think, over the next 20 years. And so the best universities, and I think you pointed out, there's 7 Uzbek universities now in the top 1,500, which is a lot for a country with a population just under 40 million. Uzbekistan is doing very well. So I would expect that those 7 universities are going to get better and better. And there's another 4 or 5 Uzbek universities that are not now in the top 1,500, which in their area are really, really good. And I expect that you'll see those join the top 1,500. So soon you're going to have, I would guess, 12 or 13 Uzbek universities in the top 1,500, which is remarkable, again, for a country with a population under 40 million. I think the pressure is going to be on the universities that are much lower.
Yeah, it's going to get harder and harder for them as time moves on.
Well, it's going to be harder and harder on them to attract industry support. It's going to be harder on them to
Talents.
attract, the talented professors, and we're starting to see that, I think. Uzbek students are pretty smart, and their parents are smart. They want their children to go to good universities. And so there's a migration to the better universities. And so I expect that there's going to be a squeeze there.
Wow.
And we see this in different other universities, not universities, but sectors. We've seen that, for instance, in automobile manufacturing.
Here.
You know, 30 years ago, there was a lot more automobile manufacturers, and they merged and they combined, and some closed, etc. And now we have much better automobiles than there were when I was learning to drive.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that was the right thing when you said that was controversial, but I do see your point. I do see your point. And I think my next question would be like, from your answer, as you're saying that it's going to be very hard for unqualified universities, for low-ranking universities to go up. What would you say does that lead in terms of research, so here in Uzbekistan? I mean, I know that it's not like very developed here in Uzbekistan. We're just getting started. We're just having like a lot deeper research, where we're having this infrastructure around it. But where does it bring us in the like next 20 years also? I would also like to hear about it.
Okay, I'm going to disagree a little bit because Uzbek research coming out of those top 7 universities, like TIAMI, but there's others that are very good too, like National University, Technical University, Samarkand. though the IT university, the top 7, plus about another 5, are already doing international quality research and publishing. They've proven their ability. And what I'm suggesting is that I expect them to continue to grow and to become a stronger influence in Uzbekistan and to serve the people and to compete internationally.
I see.
And I think all universities, in Canada too, like it's not just in Uzbekistan, the international pressure is just for quality is going up and up. And we see this with the dramatic increase in Uzbekistan, but also in India and China. And that drive for excellence is raising the quality in Europe because Europe and North America have to compete. So this is actually good for humanity.
Mm-hmm. We have already talked about the just competitions among the universities, and regarding the competitions, we all just think about the ranking systems like QS and ARVO. And how do you think, are they just assessing the university in a correct positions, or as many scientists or experts say, there is somehow just misassessing or mistakes just positioning the universities? How do you think about that? Is it correctly positions? There are some universities like in Europe, and most of the scholars just believe that it's not a kind of truly ranked regarding the QS or the ranking systems. How do you believe in that? Are you agree with that point, or do you think that these university rankings just correctly assessing the positions of universities?
I don't think it's a good question because, no, not that you're posing, but other people, and I had an argument on this as recently as Saturday. I had lunch with, I guess, 7 international faculty, and one person was arguing exactly that. But we need some way of trying to say, for instance, should I send my son to this university?
Yeah.
Should I send my daughter to that university? Should I, as a company, give my research funds to a third university? How do we know? So we need some sort of objective measurement. And as a parent, I might give a little greater emphasis if there's a positive social environment as opposed to good employment prospects. There's different things that each of us might want, but the rating agencies, the 2 big ones, which are QS and Times Higher Education, and there's other good ones, but those are the 2 big ones. They use so many different factors, and those factors are valid. And we might argue with the weighting, but for all the criticism, I haven't seen anybody come up with something better. And until somebody can show me something better that I could show to a mother or a father about their children, or to industry, or to government about funding, I think we're stuck with this because it's imperfect, admittedly imperfect, but it's pretty good, and we don't have anything better.
Yeah, it's better to have something imperfect rather than nothing, I would say.
Yeah,
So-
that's great. Yeah, so as we just talked a lot of interesting topics, we covered. So if you have any wishes for our dear viewers, but shortly, we can end up our TV program after your wishes, but it should be very short.
Any particular topic that you want?
I'm vicious regarding the universities.
People
a
who are
lot.
watching us.
Yes.
Okay, here's one thing as a Canadian, I want you to remember, look, you have some really good universities here. And all the top universities are state universities. And the state universities were built by Uzbeks, for Uzbeks, and they are successful. Look, guys, just be proud of what you've accomplished. And your fathers and your grandmothers and grandfathers. These universities you see are the product of 100 years of hard work, including this generation. So be proud. That's my final comment.
Yeah, thank you very much. So guys, this is the high time to end up our TV program. So it would be better if we share the correct answer of today's question of the day, right?
Yeah,
we already forgot about it.
We had a question of the day. I mean, the conversation was so great that I actually forgot about the question. So here's the question of the day. Which university is considered the oldest in the world? And the answer to this question is University of Bologna in Italy.
Bologna.
Bologna? Not
Bologna.
Bologna? It's Bologna.
Yes.
Oh,
This is the university just opened for the first time, I mean, in the world history. So thank you very much, everybody who is watching us right now. So continue watching for more. So every day we are here to share the more information about the English world.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. We really hope to see you next time on our show. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.